After months of pressure, election losses and surges in support for Reform UK, Labour has U-turned on the winter fuel allowance.
So can the Prime Minister tell us what measures he will take to help struggling pensioners in towns like mine?
And as the economy improves, we want to make sure people feel those improvements in their days as their lives go forward. And that is why we want to ensure that as we go forward, more pensioners are eligible for winter fuel payments.
Late last year, just ahead of winter, Rachel Reeves announced she'd cut the benefit for millions of pensioners.
Those not in receipt of pension credit or certain other means-tested benefits will no longer receive the winter fuel payment from this year onwards.
This led to a public outcry.
Hello, so as you can see, I'm here in Westminster as the protest begins against the cruel scrapping of the winter fuel payments. Loads of people here from right across the country, a variety of different pensioners groups.
Keir Starmer, don't be cruel. Keir Starmer, don't be cruel.
And as you can hear, they're saying, Keir Starmer, don't be cruel. Rachel Reeves, don't let us freeze. We've got veterans groups here. We've got WASPy women here coming from the northeast. Their message is really clear. This is a needless and cruel cut that will cost lives.
Unite members have told us in a survey that they're skipping meals, that they're rationing their heating, that they're going cold in their homes and that it's affecting their health. And we're here to send a message to Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves that they need to reinstate winter fuel payments and make those with the broadest shoulders pay for that.
And just in terms of the scale of this problem then, how widespread do you think it is that pensioners are doing the things that you've said there, skipping meals, obviously keeping their heating off, shivering in their own homes, not washing in some cases maybe?
So I think it's very widespread. So 3/4 of our members that we surveyed 6,000 of our retired members, 3/4 of them have said they're making some kind of change. 2/3 are rationing their heating. 1 in 6 are saying that they're skipping meals. 1 in 6 are saying that that the changes that they're making are affecting their health. Almost half are saying that they've got more financial worries as a result of this. This is, really deeply affecting people.
The Chancellor was accused of being nasty to pensioners.
The fact is that 348 Labour MPs voted to make pensioners colder this winter. Is Labour now the nasty party?
Well, this government faced a £22 billion black hole in the public finances, but we were determined to protect the poorest pensioners, which is why pension credit and the winter fuel payment will continue to be paid to those pensioners who most need the support. But in addition to that, we committed to the triple lock in our manifesto, not just for 1 year, but for the duration of this Parliament.
Reeves had said we weren't returning to austerity.
There will be no return to austerity. And I made the choice to means test the winter fuel payment so that it's only targeted at those most in need. I know that not everyone in this hall or in the country will agree with every decision that I make. But I will not duck those decisions.
The public lost trust with Labour.
How can we trust this Chancellor? She is the Chancellor who said she would not increase borrowing, but she did. She said she wouldn't change her fiscal rules, but she did. She said she wouldn't put up national insurance, but she did. She said she wouldn't cut winter fuel payment, but she did. She said she wouldn't tax farmers, but she did. And she said she would not move to more than one fiscal event a year, and she just has. And now we are all paying the price of her broken promises.
Members of the public felt betrayed.
And with no notice, yet again, they're going to take away the winter fuel payment. If you are having to have an income of between £9,000 and £11,000 a year, you can't be telling someone at the beginning of September they have to save up £300. That is a lot of money to someone who already has nothing.
So how do you feel about the fact that they've done that then? Because this wasn't in the manifesto, was it?
No, it wasn't in the manifesto, and I assure you people wouldn't have voted had that been in the manifesto. I was shocked that a Labour government would do that.
And a song attacking the decision became the Christmas number one.
Fuel at home, it'll be freezing this Christmas while Keir Starmer's warm.
But Labour claimed had they not taken the benefit away, there'd have been a run on the pound.
The deficit was much higher than anyone thought, and the spending was much higher than anyone thought. If we hadn't taken that action, we'd have seen a run on the pound.
MPs were forced to defend the policy, even though it was well known many of them didn't support it.
I think it is a tough choice, and we've had plenty of political criticism for it, I think, which demonstrates the political pain of it. I'm not remotely happy about it, and I'm not remotely happy about having to say to some of my constituents, I'm sorry that I'm going into work this week to vote for something that will take money away from you.
Then Labour were trounced in May's local elections, and Keir Starmer seemed to soften on the winter fuel cut.
I was really clear that most Prime Ministers, after a disappointing set of results like that, would get in the warm bath of saying, well, it's the electoral cycle, it was close. I'm not going to do that. I think it's really important that we indicate to voters that we get it. I think we need to explain the decisions that we've taken. You know, we had to stop the chaos, we had to stabilise our economy.
The Lib Dems said Keir Starmer was worried.
Well, it's clear that Labour is in trouble. They have made some very silly decisions, in my view, whether it's winter fuel payment, whether it's the job tax, whether it's the family farm tax, whether they're the reforms to PIP, the benefits, which are going to hit carers, an issue I raised in the House today. So I'm really concerned that the government has just lost its way, and I'm not surprised they're thinking of some U-turns.
And the Tories weighed in on the U-turn.
And it's very frustrating listening to the Prime Minister, who never answered a question on this every week when I asked him about the winter fuel payment, suddenly now realising that he's made a horrible mistake. But is he going to do it on time? That's the new question we need to ask. So what I would like to see is him setting out the details and doing so early, because we can't wait until the budget. By then it'll be too late. If he's waiting until the budget, it means that people are going to lose their winter fuel payment for another year.
Labour's support took a real knock after cutting the winter fuel allowance, and Keir Starmer will be hoping that returning the benefit to retirees will shore up his chances for re-election in 2029. Nicholas Dunning, GB News.